It's right here. This is the proof. Specifically, Lvnv funding and Resergent failed to provide documentation to prove the plaintiffs owed the alleged balance brought in the collection lawsuit. This is going to go over a lot of people's heads, but I have to say, I want this video shared with your friends, your family. This video better have 1 million views in 1 month because this is what I've always been talking about. It's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com, and in today's video, we're going to talk about Lvnv funding, unlawful collection lawsuit, $100,000 class action settlement. So let's just quickly go through it, and then I'm going to tell you how you can use this information to help you move forward with your lawsuits and collections that Lvnv funding is coming after you for. So let's just quickly read through it. Lvnv funding agrees to pay a $100,000 settlement to resolve claims it filed unlawful collection lawsuits in Illinois. And again, don't worry, just because Illinois went after them and not your state, the way that the things that they did in this that got them sued can be used in your state. And I'm pretty sure that if you utilize it, Lvnv funding might back off from you. Settlement benefits individuals named in a collection lawsuit filed by Lvnv funding or Resergent Capital in Illinois courts between September 19th, 2010. So look how long it took. Some people talk about how long it takes to repair their credit. Look how long it takes for a lawsuit. We got what, 2022, so we got 12 years. In the individuals named in a collection lawsuit filed by Lvnv Funding LLC or Resergent Capital, which they are one and the same. Resergent buys the debt, shifts it over to Lvnv. In the past, Lvnv would have got sued. Resergent wouldn't have had to worry about anything, but the attorney generals are up on that game, so just making an LLC to try to hide what you're doing from the main company that doesn't work anymore. Lvnv Funding is a debt collection company that buys debt from lenders. Lvnv Funding partners with Resergent Capital Services, a third-party debt collection to manage purchased accounts and collect on these debts. According to the class action lawsuit, Lvnv Funding and Resergent violated Illinois debt collection laws by filing collection lawsuits against consumers. Lvnv Funding allegedly filed collection lawsuits against the two plaintiffs, to start the class action in the circuit court of the 20th Judicial Circuit in order to collect on credit card debts. These plaintiffs then filed their counter class action lawsuit. Plaintiffs in the case claim Lvnv Funding and Resergent failed to follow Illinois Collection Agency Act, Consumer Fraud and Deceptive Business Practices Act, and the Federal Fair Debt Collection Practices Act when filing collection lawsuits. Specifically, Lvnv and Resergent allegedly failed to provide documentation to prove the plaintiffs owed the alleged balance brought in the collection lawsuits. I'm going to start right there. When debt collectors send you the documents saying that you owe this specific debt, especially when they do it in court, what they'll do is they'll send you a couple of old statements, and it doesn't add up to the amount that they're claiming. So first thing that you could do, and so they didn't elaborate on this here, but I'm telling you because I know how this works. And this is kind of going to go over a lot of people's head. They're like, okay, Lvnv and Resergent allegedly failed to provide documentation to prove the plaintiff owed the alleged balance brought in the collection lawsuit. Now, most of you are thinking, okay, they showed a statement. Plenty of courts have accepted the, a couple of statements, 2, 3, whatever they decide to provide, and the amount that they claim was owed, and they'll have it with the last reported balance. Most people who are not truly in the business will look at that statement and say, well, they didn't provide paperwork to show that balance. No, this is exactly what this statement means. And I don't even think that the people who are writing this article even understands what this means. Lvnv funding and Resergent did not break down how they got to the number of the amount that the person that they're claiming that that individual owed. So it's not about two statements, not about three statements, not about four statements. It's about if you say that I owe you $15,000, you need to show me the accounting on the that to prove that 15 or 10 or $15,000. You not just a couple of statements. You need to show me all of the charges because the original creditor would be able to push a button and show every charge that I made to equal $10,000 or $15,000. So you need to give me all of that documentation for me to review. No, Mr. Debt Collector. No, Your Honor, in court. I'm not running from this. I just want to be able to review everything about this debt. And if you do that, you're going to see that you're going to have a totally different outcome than other individuals that go through this process. Either you're going to have a very favorable settlement offer, or they might flat out ask the court to dismiss your case. And it's solely based on this right here. So let's continue. As a result, the collection lawsuits were illegal, the plaintiffs maintain. So the plaintiffs say that they're illegal. The defendants haven't admitted any wrongdoing but agreed to pay $100,000 to resolve these allegations because they don't want this news to get out. So you need to share this video. You need to push this video everywhere. I want this video here to have 1 million views. Give it to your friends. Tell everybody. Watch it over and over. Like it, share it, everything. Because if you don't, they're going to get away with this right here. They would rather get away with paying $100,000. People know about this than to admit to wrong, to let this case go forward to where it could hit the news and more people learn about it. Under the terms of the Lvnv funding settlement, class members will receive either $75 credit or cash payment. I'm going to show you something right here. Look at this. Under the terms of the Lvnv funding settlement, class action members will receive either a $75 account credit towards what they say that they owe, or a cash payment. So they're going to give them a credit on something that they didn't even pay for. And then class members with collection accounts and whose accounts have an outstanding balance of more than $75 will receive a $75 account credit. Class members whose accounts are uncollectible or who have an outstanding balance of $75 or less will receive a settlement will receive a settlement payment. The deadline for exclusion and objections is October 24, 2022. So they're going to have their final approval and the hearing and everything. So let's just really let's get down to it on this. We got to share this because I've talked about this. This is why people who have used my information have been able to win in court against Lvnv funding and other debt collection lawsuits that companies that have came after people, is because this right here, and it's right here in our face. And we just got to really share this. So I want to make this information available to you. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch video What Makes Us Different, so you can see my 8-point validation process and my 2-phase settlement process. And if you need your credit reports and scores, everything starts there. Get your credit reports and scores at www.your3scores.com. If you want to see your FICO score, there's a link below this video where you can see what credit card companies, mortgage companies, and auto dealers see with your FICO score, and insurance companies. I mean, they look at the Vantage most of the time, but they can look at your FICO also. And there's different levels of the FICO score, so you can look and get some information on that. If you have debt collectors coming after you, remember you can always stop them before they even get to this level. Grab my 3-pack of letters. Link is below this video. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.